Hello, my name's Will, and this is a quick little PowerPoint video thing to introduce myself, I guess, and hopefully I won't overclick it. Maybe I'll use this arrows. Anyways, so name's Will, and here we go. Start with my family. There's 6 of us. My wife and I have 4 kids, 3 of which are ours. One is an adopted one, but he's even specialer because we had to choose him. Anyways, there's my wife. We've been together for 20 years, 23, 24 years or so, but 20 of them married. And I think that was in San Diego, probably. No, that was in Bullhead. Anyways, my eldest, Ezra, is 20 years old, just graduated high school and has their first job now, and I'm pretty excited to see what they get up to. So, Aubrey, my daughter, eldest daughter, she's just like her mom, and she's feisty, and she actually has a scoliosis surgery coming up here in 2 weeks, which is a little terrifying, but we'll get through it. There's Connor, my next one. He was the one you saw in the first picture with Brittany. And Owen, the youngest, he's 8. So Ezra's 20, Aubrey's 15, Connor's 12, Owen's 8. And I'm not going to tell you how old Brittany is because I'm not allowed to. I love animals. This was actually the slide that was the hardest to get together because it's like, which pictures do I choose? So I have 6 dogs, unless you're the cops, and then I have 2 dogs, or 3, maybe 3. I could probably go with 3. The only one that you can't see in these pictures is my husky, Nomi. But we have 2 sets of brothers. Believe it or not, these 2 huskies down here, this guy and this guy, are brothers. And this guy and this guy are brothers. So that's pretty cool. We have 3 bearded dragons. We had 4, but one, she got old and got sick and passed away. This is only 2 of the pictures. We have one that he's only 3-legged, so we call him Trike. And then you got Gojira is the orange one, and then this is Stilts because he likes to stand up as tall as he can ever since he was a little teeny tiny lizard. So we have a sulcata tortoise. She's 3, almost 4 years old now, so she's a little bit bigger than that, but she's still not even near as big as she's going to be, and she's going to probably outlive me, my wife, maybe even my kid, but we'll see. Well, I won't see. I have a ball python. Her name is Ka, and she is the same age as the sulcata. We got them at the same time from the same breeder. But probably one of my favorite animals, really cool creature. And we have a cat. This was all 3 of them down here in the bottom, but the only one we have left is Haven, the youngest one. He's the top 2 pictures. And parakeets, I don't have a picture of them. They're hard to get to take a picture of because they move around a lot, but they're really noisy and they're fun. And there's my horse. His name's Pretzel, and he's a big old butthead. He's currently in Arkansas because it's a little too hot to bring him out here to Arizona yet, but he should be out here. I think we're looking at next month or the month after. Previous employment, I was in the Navy for 14.5 years. And then I got retired because I got broken. And so now I'm just trying to like figure out what I want to do with my free time. So I tried doing a lot of stuff. But in the Navy, I worked on weapons systems, mostly CIWS. It was mostly in San Diego. I did have a short 3 years at boot camp in Chicago, but it is what it is. And then some pictures. I worked on this system called CIWS. I'm taking the top picture, so I'm not in it, but those are some of my guys working on our aft mount. And then this was another shot with it all wrapped up. I think this was actually a deployment, right before deployment, so she's all prettied up and stuff. That picture in the top, was from 2012, and the one to the left is later. I don't remember when. And then these are really much more recent, especially with the green camis. We changed to those right before I got out. But this is over at like a gun shoot. We were doing crew served weapons, so like the 240 and the 50 caliber and stuff like that. And then you can see we've got some handguns here too. So, but it was fun. Lots of stuff. Future plans. I'm working on this is my final year of prerequisites. So as soon as I'm done with this, I can do the CNA course this coming summer and start nursing school in the fall. Hobbies. I like to read. Pretty much anything. Certainly I read the Bible, but I read lots of stuff. I just read Project Hail Mary, and I'm working on The Martian now. I like computers, not nearly like I used to. Now I see them more as tools than toys, but I still enjoy them. I do digital art on my iPad, and these are some of the pictures I've done. So what I do is I either take images that I've taken, as two of these are, or I find interesting images and then I kind of trace them, sort of, but it's finding like the detail to bring out, so it like makes a coloring page or something, and it's very calming and relaxing. And like this one over here, this one took about 30 or 40 hours to do, and this one was similar. And this is like the inside of I think the Taj Mahal, and that is a human shape right there about the mouse. But yeah, I like patterns and I like detail work, and so this has been one of the things that I've really enjoyed doing. So I don't see it as like plagiarism. I see it as remixing, perhaps. Anyways, I'm not going to sell it, so it's not like I'm worried about it. I also play video games, and I like working on mechanical things or just figuring out how things work. And I'm really working on making this meat machine pieces work, because I like mechanical things, but I'm not really a huge fan of gross stuff. So, but blood is just human oil. And I actually have a motorcycle that, not this done up like this, but this was an inspiration for what I wanted to do to it before my wife decided that it's not allowed to be on two wheels. So I'm going to probably build a quad or sand rail or something out of the engine. But I actually have three motorcycles. I have a dirt bike and a cruiser, and then I have a BMW. And I also like gardening. This happened, for lack of a better word, organically, because my wife actually wanted all these plants, but she has POTS and frequently can't do things like she wants to. So I took over care of them, and I've come to really enjoy them. And this pothos here was one I got from my sister-in-law yesterday. I actually did this last night. So I'm waiting for that to bloom up into a fresh new one. But that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Future plans, we're going to open a horse ranch, actually. This is not going to be here in Arizona, and it's probably a couple years away, but it's too hot here for my wife to exist. So we're going to go back east and see what the East Coast holds. But we're definitely going to start a horse ranch / rescue, like boarding horses and things of that nature. And then I can make excuses for having a bunch of horses, because I have other people paying the bill for mine. I mostly am getting into, I really want a Corvette. This is clearly a dream because it's $170,000, and I don't think I could justify that even if I was rich as shit. My wife wants another Range Rover. We had one and we got rid of it because of some life conditions, and then those life conditions resolved, but it was too late. The car was gone. So she really, really wants it back. So that's on the goal list. But she's not as You know, she doesn't want that $170,000 car. She just wants a Range Rover. And then whatever happens, like, I mean, I'm 41. I've been through a lot with my family. We've had ups, downs. We've been homeless almost. We've been starving almost. We've been really well off and scratching to make it by. But it's been a wild trip, and frankly, I wouldn't have changed any of it because then I wouldn't be where I am. And so I could talk for a hot minute, clearly. And if you have any questions, ask me, email me, hit me up in the store. Or I don't have anything to do. I don't have a job or anything. So it's school and whatever else I feel like. So it's a pleasure to meet you guys, and have a good day.